Topic of this video is multiplying single-term radical expressions. Note, we will limit our discussion to multiplying only square roots. To multiply two square roots, use the product property of square roots. The square root of a times the square root of b equals the square root of the product ab for any non-negative numbers a and b. Let's look at three examples. Example 1, multiply the square root of 21 times the square root of 3. Well, 21 is a non-negative number, and 3 is a non-negative number, so we can combine these two radicals into one using the product property of square roots. The square root of 21 times the square root of 3 can be rewritten as the square root of 21 times 3. Now, instead of multiplying 21 times 3 and getting 63, we break the 21 down smaller. 21 is 7 times 3. This is a square root, so we're looking to make pairs. Well, there's a pair of 3's. Each group sends one representative out to multiply. 7 can't make a pair, so it stays inside. So outside we get a 3, inside we have a 7. The result is 3 times the square root of 7. Next example, multiply the square root of 5 times the square root of 5. Well, 5 is a non-negative number, so I can combine these radicals into a single radical. The square root of 5 times the square root of 5 becomes the square root of 5 times 5, which is already a perfect pair. So it sends one 5 out to multiply, and when all the factors leave, we don't need the radical symbol anymore, so we just get 5. Another way of thinking about this is 5 times 5 is 25, and the square root of 25 is 5. We get the same result either way. Now there's an important pattern here that I want you to notice. When you multiply two square roots and the positive number underneath matches, then you're going to get that same positive number as your answer. The square root of 5 times the square root of 5 will be 5. The square root of 6 times the square root of 6 will be 6. The square root of 10 times the square root of 10 will be 10. All right, let's look at our third example. Multiply the square root of 7, all in parentheses, squared. Well, an exponent tells me how many times to multiply the base by itself. So really, this is saying take the square root of 7 and multiply it by the square root of 7. Well, by the pattern we just learned a moment ago, the square root of 7 times the square root of 7 must be 7. And indeed, that is the correct answer. You could also use the product property of square roots, since 7 is a non-negative number. The square root of 7 times the square root of 7 can be written as the square root of 7 times 7, which has a perfect pair, and so the result is 7.